Hey everyone, this is Ross. I just wanted to share a little bit about the dinner I went to tonight where Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick spoke and had a good time. It was at a country club, just a few miles from my house, so it made it easy to get there. I was told by the guests that I was attending with that we wouldn't be able to park in the parking lot because it was so full, and so we were going to park on the street. But I said, let's just try the parking lot and see what happens. And as it would be, there was almost a front row parking space just for us, so it was nice. Didn't have to walk too far in the Texas heat. So we get in, and they had already had the meet and greet, and they were getting ready to have prayer and then to have dinner. It was a Christian conservative meeting with the Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick being there as the guest speaker. And so, but there was a free moment. Things were still getting settled in. And so I had taken a signed copy. I wrote him a note in the front of the book that I've published, a book on prayer. You're probably familiar with. If you're not, feel free to private message me or go to Amazon Books and look up the book, Becoming a Person of Prayer, From Our Father to Amen, Becoming a Person of Prayer, and buy a copy and see what you think. So I was able to give him a copy of the book, not because I think I'm a great author, but because he is a Christian and I think he would enjoy it. So he spoke. It was wonderful. This is one of the quotes. I wrote down 3 different things he said, but I'll share this one. He said, I'm a Christian first, a conservative second, and a Republican third. And I thought that was beautiful. So he gave an incredible speech, talked politics a little bit, made fun of a few people politically on the other side of the spectrum, but it was all in fun. It wasn't crude or mean. It was just fun. So then at the end of his talk, because I won't call it a speech, it was too nice, it was too personal. By the way, when I gave him my book, and I'll put the picture, it'll be the picture you see that represents this video on YouTube, right? When I gave him the book, he said, thank you so much. And we talked about writing books and about the book he wrote. And he told me the story, a brief story about the book that he wrote. And it was so nice. It was like I just met an old friend that I hadn't seen in a while. That's how kind he is in person. He has a great relationship with Donald Trump. He's his advisor. He's the president's advisor for the border, which is, you couldn't have anybody better than Dan Patrick, who knows the border better than anybody else could know it. And so yeah, just a great time. So what was interesting to me though is he gives this talk. It's a great time, asking questions, getting feedback from the crowd. It wasn't formal, it wasn't stiff, it was very nice. It was actually a luau. You'll see in my picture I'm wearing a lei. So what was cool was at the end, he quoted a verse from the Bible, right? And out of all the verses, there's over 1,000 verses in the Bible. There's one particular verse that's very special to me. It's 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and I will heal their land. That verse is special to me, so much so that the nonprofit I have started this year, the nonprofit organization I've started this year, is 714 Ministries International. It's a revival, prayer-based, evangelistic nonprofit where I seek to allow God to lead me into any opportunities, but specifically to teach people how to prayer walk their cities and their states and to pray as people and to grow relationship with God in a closer way. That's the verse he quotes at the end, and he talks about it, and he gives his little talk, a little devotional, if you will, about my very verse, right? So that just made my day. So I got to go. I got to meet the Lieutenant Governor. I got to hear him make some jokes and talk serious. I got to hear his relationship with Donald Trump. And then I got to hear him quote the verse from which my ministry is founded. And it was just a wonderful time with my wife and some friends, and made some new friends. And I got to talk to Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor of the Republic of Texas. It was wonderful. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Have a great day.